Hey everybody, thanks for joining our party tonight. I am going to be telling you about some of the items that are always on my host wish list for Wish List Wednesday, and we're going to start off right off the bat with our quick cooker. This has got to be probably the number one item that hosts are wanting all across the world because it is so awesome. Everybody has, heard of the pressure cooker craze that's going on, and Pampered Chef came out with one that is even better than anything else on the market today, and it's our Pampered Chef quick cooker. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to angle this down so you can get a good look at it. It is awesome. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is it is insulated all around. There's no red sticker saying don't touch here because it is built to not burn you. It's, like I said, it's insulated all the way around. Another nice feature is the handles, instead of being at the top, are at the bottom, which is really nice. It also has 14 different cooking features. We're going to be using one tonight, or a couple of them tonight, but one thing that a lot of people have commented on that they absolutely love about our quick cooker is this lid. And I'll take this out so you can actually see. This is your pressure release valve, and this is where the steam comes out. With a lot of the pressure cookers on the market today, these are really close together, and having that steam so close to your hands can definitely frighten a lot of people when they're using the pressure cooker, and then they end up not using it. And I love it. Sounds like a little R2-D2. And so one nice thing about the Pampered Chef's quick cooker, it has the same footprint as all of the other pressure cookers out there on the market, the 6-quart ones. Ours has a 6-quart feature, just like the others. Ours has a trivet that goes down inside. You'll notice ours has longer legs, and that is so you can do 2-pot cooking with our quick cooker. And I'll show you what I mean here in a little bit. Of course, it's got your stainless steel insert. And when I'm talking about the 2-layer cooking is you can actually put your meats and your juices down in your pan, and then you set this down inside, and then depending on what you're cooking, maybe you're doing salsa chicken and you've got your chicken and your salsa, your black beans and your corn in the bottom, you've put your trivet in. Then you can grab this ceramic dish that also is available, and it has that nice little trivet to hold it in place with a silicone lid, and you can actually set that right down inside, and you can cook your cilantro rice at the same time you're cooking your chicken in the bottom. So that's really, really nice. We also have a springform pan, so if you want to do cheesecake in this, you can do cheesecake. And I'm really excited because this fall we're also coming out with a couple of brand new items. We're coming out with 2 baskets that will fit right down in there, and they're really nice. They've got silicone grips on the handle, so they are going to be fabulous. You can actually cook 2 different things at the same time, and you can cook that right down in there. And we've also, check this out, a little bundt pan that'll actually fit right down in there, so you can actually steam bake a awesome little chocolate cake or any kind of cake. The quick cooker also comes with a recipe booklet, and our new season's best is coming out in the fall of 2019 has a great cake to make in that mini bundt cake pan. And this is also another nice feature of our quick cooker is it comes with a cooking guide, and what I love about it, it actually has pictures, so you know when your food is supposed to be done. And you can see, you can do so many different things. You can actually proof bread in here. You can do all kinds of soups and stews, main dishes, side dishes. You can do beef, you can do pot roast, just a little bit of everything with this. And tonight we are actually going to be cooking up some chicken that I'm going to be making up in our quick cooker. I'm going to get a couple things out of the way and go grab my chicken because I just got it defrosted. There we go. And this is a great tip if you have a pressure cooker. One thing you want to do to speed up the time that it takes for it to get to pressure is if you go ahead and set it to sear and then just start it by pushing. I'm trying to do this a little bit backwards. There we go. What that's going to do is it's going to heat up your vessel, and it's going to get your liquids hot really quick, so you don't have to worry about wasting all kinds of time waiting for that liquid to get hot for it to build up just pressure. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add about 1.5 cups of just regular old Italian salad dressing. I'm going to put that right in there, just like that. And then I like to do between 1 and 1/2 cups of salad dressing. You want to at least have 1 cup of liquid in your quick cooker. That's to help it build up to pressure so it'll actually cook. And what we're going to do, go ahead and get our chicken all ready to go. There we go. I've got 3 chicken breasts here. And I'm going to go ahead and slice these in half using our closing cut. And this is great for tomatoes or slicing grapes. If you have little ones, you want to make sure that your grapes are sliced in half. Or mozzarella, you can use it for black olives, you can use it for all kinds of different things. What makes it so awesome is this is spring-loaded, and this is spring-loaded as well. So when you close it down over your berries and everything, it's not going to smush them. It's just going to hold them in place really nice. But the reason I love our closing cut is for chicken breasts, because you know how chicken breasts are so thick anymore. And what you do, you just get it in there just like that, and then you just take your knife and you run it right through. I slipped out of place just a little bit. Hold on a second. There we go. And then you actually have 2 chicken breasts, and those are more of a serving size than the great big giant ones. So I'm just going to stick those in there. We'll go ahead and get this one sliced. There we go. Go ahead and throw that in there. And then the last one, close that down over it. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is, this is already starting to bubble a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and hit cancel. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and put that lid on. There you go. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that your button, your steam button is in the up position, and you'll also want to make sure that the steam clouds are lined up with your button, and that way it'll be ready to get to pressure. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over to poultry. It's set for 15 minutes. Since I don't have a full load, I don't need 13 minutes, so I'm going to actually bump that down to 7 minutes. And then, oops, there we go. And now it's going to start going to pressure. What's really nice is the button to alert you that it has come to pressure is bright red. You can actually see it across the room. So it's really nice if you're cooking, because you can start this and then you can just walk away from it. So I'm just going to set this over to the side. I'm going to go rinse my hands real quick. And then we'll go ahead and get started with the rest of our recipe. So let me go ahead and get this out of the way. There we go. And one thing that I have found is when people are wanting to eat healthy, they're automatically drawn to a good salad. But having a salad is kind of boring. But yet when you go to a restaurant, if they have a salad bar where you can design your own salad and put all the good things that you'd like to have on your salad on it, you have a tendency to eat a lot healthier. So why not bring that experience home and make your own salad bar right at home? And what I'm talking about is using this guy right here. This is our Cool and Serve. I absolutely love this for the summertime. Love it in the wintertime when I'm doing my cookies and all my baking, because I can keep everything in one nice container. What's fabulous about this is they were so smart when they designed this. What they did is they designed it so the lid actually goes right down under it. just like that. So if you're at a potluck or something, you don't have to worry about setting your lid under the table and then forgetting it on the way home. So that's really nice because it's all contained. Another nice thing about it, I'm going to angle my camera down just a little bit, there we go, is it has these two separate wells that you can use to put different ingredients in. If you're doing like a fruit and veggie platter, you can use that. They're sealed, so you don't have to worry about your dips leaking out or anything like that. But what makes our Cool and Serve so awesome are these little guys right here. These have a non-toxic solution inside, and what they do is you just take these, you freeze them up, and when you're ready to use them, you just pop them in here, just like that. And they'll line up, and they'll keep everything cold in your Cool and Serve for up to 6 hours. So if you're going to a family potluck or reunion or a church function, you want to keep everything nice and chilled so your marshmallow fluffy stuff stays nice and fluffy instead of kind of yucky runny. You don't have to worry about that when you're serving it in our Cool and Serve. But here's why I absolutely love this, is not only can you use them just like this, you can set these down in here. If you want to do a meat and cheese platter, you can do that. You don't have to use those. But here's the kicker. Ready? They actually do hold deviled eggs. And you can set that down in there. Let's say you want to do deviled eggs and have some veggies and dip. You can actually do that with both. You can mix and match and play with it. Another nice feature is this is nice and deep. This is actually a great cupcake carrier because between the bottom and the top, you've got about that much space. So you can put your cupcakes in here and transport them that way as well. Now, if you remember, I said that I absolutely loved it in the fall when I'm doing my cookie baking. If you're doing chocolate covered strawberries, this is fabulous for dipping your strawberries and laying them on here because it helps them cool a whole lot faster. And by keeping them in here, it's going to keep them nice and chilled as well. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be making a salad bar out of this tonight. And I've got some of my favorite tools handy that I'm going to show you in action. The first is I'm going to show you our quick slice, and this is awesome. You'll notice it's got a whole bunch of little blades in it, and then it's got this little guide right here. What I've done is I've got just some little mini peppers already cleaned out. I'm just going to lay them on there just like that. Take my quick slice, just walk it right through them, and check that out. They're all sliced up nice and quick. And peppers actually have more vitamin C ounce per ounce than an orange. So when you're eating your peppers with your salad bar, you're also getting your vitamin C, which is really, really nice. And we'll do one more set, just like that. And here's another tip for you. Let's say you are doing your peppers, but instead of having pepper rings on your salad, you want to dice up a little bit smaller. All you have to do is take this, rotate these just like that, and are you ready? Look at that. It is nice and diced in 2 moves. That is so handy. So I'm going to go ahead and get our peppers all dumped out in our Cool and Serve. There we go. And we're just going to put the rings like that. There we go. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slice up some tomatoes. There we go. And we're going to slice up our cucumber using our quick slice. And this is really nice. It has a built-in safety feature that that blade, when it is all the way up to the top, that blade isn't exposed. It's not going to slice your fingers or anything like that, which is really nice. It actually has 3 different settings. This is a nice thin setting, so if you're doing homemade potato chips or onions for burgers, you can slice them nice and thin. The middle one, that's the one that I like to use for, like, if I'm doing onions that are a little bit heartier, like I'm doing my purple onions for a stir fry or something like that. I like to do with setting number 2, and then for setting number 3, I like to use that when I'm doing like tomatoes for my salads, or if I'm doing tomatoes for my burgers or for a sandwich or something. And all we're going to do is we are going to take our tomatoes, I'm going to set them right in there, just like that. Maybe. And then we're just going to take our food holder, and it's got little tines in it that'll hold that food in place. And then we're just going to, oops, it just slipped off on me. I apologize. A little technical difficulties there. We'll get those put back in there, and I'll try not to be so rambunctious this time. There we go. Yeah, it's making a mess out of my tomatoes. I actually got these out of my garden, so I think they might have been a little too ripe. So, not as pretty, but I can show you with our cucumber how it slices up, and you'll be like, okay, that's more my speed, Lori. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply take our cucumber, we're going to slice off the ends, and then we're going to slice this right down the middle. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I love cucumbers, but they don't love me. Well, the reason they don't love you is these seeds inside. So what you want to do is just grab your corn more. And I know I've got mine here somewhere. All I got to do is figure out where I put it. I promise I'm not going to say bad words this time. You guys have seen my infamous margarita video. You know that I actually said something I shouldn't have, but oh, it's right there. And this has a small core for like your strawberry huller, but this is the end that you're going to want to use. This is very sharp right here, and what you do is you just go in there and clean out your cucumbers and clean out your cantaloupe with it, just like that. There we go. And then we'll just take these, slice them in half again, and then we can just take them and just run them right over that. And then once we get down to the nubbies, we'll just switch our other two pieces. See, I promised you it does work really well. I think my tomatoes were just a little too ripe. And you definitely want to use that food holder because you don't want to cut yourself on it because it came really close. And it's also dishwasher safe, which is also really nice. So I'm going to get this out of the way. Go ahead and put our tomatoes and all of our cucumbers. Look how quickly that sliced that up. It definitely lives up to its name as the quick slice. So there's that. There we go. Oh, we've got all kinds of cucumbers now. And that is so handy if you are gardening like myself and you've got your cucumbers coming on the vine and you're getting ready to put up some pickles or maybe do some tomato sauce. As you can tell, it really does make a mess with your tomatoes. Just kidding, just kidding. So we'll just throw those in there. And then what we'll do next, let me grab a towel and wipe off my hands. There we go. We're going to go ahead and peel our carrots. I love our serrated peeler. We do have a regular vegetable peeler, but this one is so much nicer because the edge or the cutting blade is beveled. It's got a blade on both sides, so it swivels. So you can actually just run it up and down your carrot, just like that. Just slide that off to the side. We'll go ahead and do this one as well. There we go. Got it almost cleaned off. And then I think we could probably do one more. Because what we're going to do is we're going to shred this carrot with our quick prep food grater that I'm going to pull up next and show you guys how awesome this thing is to work. There we go. And again, that was our serrated peeler. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, and another one of my favorite uses for this is a great cheese slicer. I'm going to go grab a block of cheese so I can actually show you guys this in action. Maybe. I think I've got some cheese in here. There we go. Because a lot of people, they're like, a cheese slicer? What are you talking about? Okay, so here is just a block of cheese. We do our own fresh grated cheese. But if I wanted a slice of cheese, you just run this right down, just like that. I want you guys to see, look how thin that is. Perfect for having a sandwich or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way so you guys can see our food prep, quick prep food grater. Boy, that's a mouthful. And this is really nice because it comes with this nice mega hopper, so it can hold all kinds of food. Because once you get started with this guy, trust me, you aren't going to want to slow down with it. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it on the table, just like that. It does come with 4 rubberized feet, sorry. And when it's fastened down and got that suction, you can see it is going to just stay right where it's at. So what we're going to do, this actually has 3 different barrels. This is your slicing barrel. This is your coarse grater. And that is your fine grater. This is the one you're going to want to use for your carrots. You want to use this for your potatoes to make hash browns. If you have your softer cheeses like your mozzarellas, your Swiss, I'm trying to think, your Kojak cheese, your cheddar, this is the one you're going to want to use to grate your cheese. If you have your Asiagos and your Parmesans, your nuts, this is the one you're going to want to use. So since we're doing carrots first, we're going to go ahead and take this, and all you do is you just set it up in there, and then you just start turning. Hopefully I'm turning the right way. Yep. And then once it locks on, you can feel it kind of grab a little bit. Put your food hopper right under there like that. And then I'm just going to take my carrots. I'm just going to kind of throw them in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oop, I almost forgot. There we go. Just like that. And had I been on the ball, I probably would have gotten these carrots sliced when I had my cutting board handy. So we've got that ready to go. And all we're going to do is we're just going to hold this in place and gently push down. I pushed a little too hard. There we go. And if you want to, you can actually keep these up here just like this. There we go. Make sure I'm turning it the right way. There we go. I think our chicken is already done. There we go. Almost done with our carrots. There we go. And this is so much easier than the old knuckle biters that our moms used to use. And if you're doing a lot of carrots, you can have like races with it. Me personally, I'm not going to do any races, but check that out. Look at how fine that carrot is, except for those little pieces, which will be a snack for me later. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw our carrots in here. There we go. And then last but not least, oops, I'm going to switch blades. And I'm going to go with the slicing blade next because I've got some purple carrots, or purple cabbage, sorry, that I'm going to go ahead and put in here. So I'll set that right up there. There we go. Alrighty. Make sure that's all in place. Throw this in here. And then I'm just going to take some purple cabbage. Oh, hush, puppy. Doji, hush, hush. And then we're just going to pack that hopper up with some purple cabbage, just like that. And we're just going to start turning it. Oops, hold on a second. I think I was getting a little ambitious there. There we go. So imagine doing coleslaw or something like that, and just being able to go to town. Of course, you know, I'm doing a live video, so it's not going to want to work for me. But if I were, you know, all by myself, this would be like working perfectly. I am definitely pampered, not perfect. So put that in there. There we go. I think it's starting to go now. The trick to this is not forcing it. There we go. Maybe just a little bit more purple cabbage. There we go. So if you were doing massive batches of cabbage, or you can use this on your lettuce for shredded lettuce. Look at that. So quick, so easy. And let me go ahead and add that to our cool and serve. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and get our chicken out. There we go. And I'm going to grab another cutting board real quick. Hold on just a second. Actually, I'll just take this and flip it over. See if I can get this to let go of the table. There we go. And then we'll get our chicken out of our quick cooker, and I can show you how awesome this is. Make sure we are all done. Oh, I'm sorry. It's got about 3 more minutes to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my classic batter bowl. Grab my salad chopper so you guys can see that in action here in 2 seconds. Hold on just a second. There we go. And I always joke that one of these days there's going to be a mutiny, and Pampered Chef consultants all across the country are going to sign a petition to demand that these are no longer called the salad choppers, but they're called the chicken choppers. Because yes, they're great for salads and they're great for fajitas and everything, but oh my gosh, talk about a time saver when you are chopping your chicken, because it's like the scissors of doom, and they are so fabulous because they're nice and strong, and they are just going to get in there and get that chicken and just chop it up nice and fine for our little salad bar that we're making. And I'm going to grab my tongs. There we go, and I think we should be just about ready. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. If I've shown a lot of things that you're going, oh my gosh, Lori, now I want everything that you showed me. Think about having a party. I do in-home cooking classes, which are a lot of fun because everybody gets to eat. I do virtual parties just like this, where I like to show off a lot of tools, and I let my guests pick out what tools they'd like to see in action. If there's something that they're thinking about buying but they'd like to see, maybe see it working, I can do that for them as well. And then also, if you are looking at the quick cooker and you're going, oh my gosh, I want everything, think about doing something like the Pampered Chef. I started this business about 20 years ago, started in 1998, and I have never looked back. It has been such a blessing for my family. I started it just to make a little extra fun money, and it has helped pay for ballet lessons. It's helped pay for vacations. It's helped paying for college. It has just been a great business to be a part of, and the company's philosophy is one that is near and dear to my heart, because they are all about giving back. They're all about making family meal times a little bit more special, and that's really something important when we have such busy schedules, is being able to slow down and enjoy a great meal with our families. So a lot of fun being a Pampered Chef consultant. As you can tell, all of these are right in my kitchen. I have just started doing the virtual parties. I'm having a lot of fun with those because I get to be a ham bone in my own kitchen, and then afterwards when I turn off the camera, I get to eat, so that is kind of nice as well. And I think our quick cooker should be just about done, so I'm going to stand right over here to the side. Oh, it looks like it's got a few more minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for now. And what I will do is I will post a picture of the finished product. I actually might just hit pause and then I'll come back when our chicken is completely done. And that way you can see how awesome and tender our chicken is when it's done in our Pampered Chef quick cooker. So I'm going to go ahead and hit pause and I'll be right back. All right.